Demon Slayer movie Mugen Train was released on October 16, 2020 in Japan as one of the most anticipated movies. After that, the movie broke numerous records with the significant record of dethroning Spirited Away as the top grossing movie of all time in Japan after a whole 19 years. Mugen Train was, or I should rather say is so hyped up that even amidst the earlier pandemic in Japan, people went to cinemas like crazy. It went on to become Japan's biggest box office hit ever. I was looking forward to Demon Slayer movie ever since I heard that they are making a sequel movie. Well, I live in India and there were possibilities that Mugen Train would be releasing soon here, but because of the tense pandemic situations, it seems highly unlikely. So I just watched it. Don't ask me from where. And oh my god, what a movie. The animation is just breathtaking. I was really so engrossed in the movie. As expected after season 1's success, the movie was awesome. It was as good as the anime, if not better. It was successful in going over the expectations of the fans. The movie picks up right from where season 1 concluded. Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu and Inosuke are on a new mission along with the Flame Hashira, Kyojiro Rengoku to hunt down a demon who seems to kill a huge number of people and even demon slayers on a train. Mugen Train is not a standalone movie, and for a shonen sequel movie, it has done incredibly well. The Lower Moon Enmo is the main antagonist of the movie for most of the time, if you know what I mean. As the movie picks up right after the conclusion of season 1, I would recommend you to watch the first season. If you go right away to the movie, you might enjoy it, but knowing the backstory, you'll be able to enjoy it more. At the least, you can watch the last episode of the anime to get a hold of what's going on. The action is spectacular. Not only there's mind-blowing action, but also it's a mixture of comedy. Some of these scenes are literally hilarious. One thing that I think makes Demon Slayer so bewitching is its showcase of pure emotions. Like literally, like the first season, the movie has done so good emotionally. As this is Rengoku's movie, we see minimal character development of other characters, and I must say Rengoku was really caring, all cool and a badass. I just wanted to see more of his breathing techniques. Tanjiro was as empathetic as ever. One scene that really took my heart was when inside Tanjiro's subconscious, the incarnations of his soul led the enemy to what he was searching for because they didn't want to see him troubled. That really gave me chills. Nezuko's got very little role to play, but she was as cute as ever, and Zenitsu was as sleepy and as terrified as ever, though he has some really good moments. Inosuke had really good character growth in the movie. He got a bit of glow up. It was really good to watch him like that. He was really a big help. I didn't like him much in the show, but I've got a liking to him after the movie. The plot was really very good. I think it was really interesting to have an enemy who can put people to a deep sleep in those blissful dreams where everything is well and good. You get your family back and there's no regret, no need to worry about the demons, just you and your loved ones. Would you even want to wake up from those dreams? The entire movie was great, but what matters to me more is how it ends. The characters, plot, action, emotions, everything is necessary for me to fully enjoy the anime, but what's more important is if the ending was satisfactory or not. And trust me guys, the ending just had me stunned. The background music was superb and Homura has been my favorite since it was released. Now that I've watched the movie, Homura makes more sense and it really hits different now. As a Demon Slayer fan, I enjoyed every part of the movie. It was worth the wait. I'm really touched by Mugen Train. At some points I really got emotional. Tanjiro's cry and those big tears flooding out of his eyes. It was really very beautiful. The movie was just so gorgeous. It was all worth the wait to the end of the movie just to see Rengoku's smile. Just beautiful. Go watch the movie if you haven't yet and be safer wherever you go. This roughly 2 hours movie is a masterpiece. Now that it has ended, we all wait for the second season. I don't read manga, so I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm already hyped up for the upcoming Demon Slayer season. Many new things gonna be unfold and I know it's gonna be awesome. Season 2 will be releasing sometime later this year. I'm really very excited. So yeah guys, I hope you like my review of Demon Slayer the movie Mugen Train. If you like it, hit that subscribe button and I'll be back soon. Till then, sayonara.